Hi, welcome to Racehouse with me, Jolie.
Me, Darren Reeves.
It's been the most anticipated race of the season. It's the Las Vegas Grand Prix. I never thought I'd be saying that ever in my lifetime. It's been 40 years in the making. The last one was quite a while ago. And wow, it looks crazy and stunning already. I saw the opening ceremony and it was star-studded. We had everyone from Kylie Minogue, Swedish House Mafia, Tiesto, John Legend, 30 Seconds to Mars, Journey, who obviously played Don't Stop Believing. The craziest light show, the biggest production I've ever seen for any F1 race ever. Wow, I mean... But on the other side, we do have a sporting event, and Max Verstappen's already complained that it's 99% show and 1% sporting event. But that's what Vegas is, Darren. I mean, you've been there. I mean, how do you see this merge, this confluence between, Vegas and Grand Prix?
Well, first of all, yes, it is a sporting event, but Vegas is the home of entertainment, the capital of our industry, Joe, and Formula One is entertainment. So for me, they go like a glove. You've got to do the show. The world have got to stand up and say, we are putting Formula One in the biggest showpiece of the world. So, Max, if it wasn't for entertainment, buddy, you wouldn't have a job. So stop moaning. You're doing the job. You're doing a great job,
True.
almost too good. But let's, this is a show. This is a show. It's the greatest show on earth right now, and he is the center point of it. Don't spoil it for everybody. Don't do that, Max.
No,
Come on.
don't spoil it, and don't spoil it by winning, because we want to see a different winner of this race. No, I mean, I've got into spirit. I'm here at a rooftop bar as well. I'll just actually show you the background in Dubai. I'll go a bit higher. You can see we're here very high above the buildings here. This is the JW Marriott in Dubai. It's very, very high. We're getting to the spirit with the Vegas. Actually, I could even pretend I was in Vegas. I should have said that, shouldn't I? Really? Yeah, I know. I missed the trick there. And I've lost my camera.
Oh, come on, Joe.
God.
Sort your life out, mate.
It's showbiz. It's showbiz.
But it is showbiz. Joe, I've travelled to Vegas many times as an entertainer, piano player, singer, just like you are as well. And I've loved it. I've been going there for the last, I think, 24 years to do various shows, but also just to go on holiday. Been with my buddies. I've been with my wife. We went on our 10th wedding anniversary. It is the coolest place. And you really have lost your camera. You really have.
Oh, God. Okay, let's go.
Pause.
Oh, no, there we go.
There we are.
It's live TV, folks.
Exactly.
I'm not doing that
exactly.
Again.
So for me, Joe, it's the coolest thing. I've been watching some videos of some of the drivers going out on helicopter trips over the skyline. Looking at your Dubai skyline just reminded me. It is so cool, and you've got the coolest guys on earth. These are. Oh no.
It's too windy. It is crazy. It's very, very windy up here. We're on the 44th floor, and I've got no help at all from anybody. So I'm here trying to manage this live broadcast. But okay, there we go.
We need crew. We need crew, Joe. One step
we need
at a time.
sponsors and then crew.
Yeah. Well, it's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy week for both of us. There's you trying to stay on top of a skyscraper whilst you've been watching the opening ceremony of Vegas.
Like Ted Kravitz.
You are, yeah. I've just spent my life sat in my car driving from Portsmouth to Liverpool to do a concert for you. But it's been a joyous. So I've just been sat listening to F1 podcasts of people at the circuit in Las Vegas telling us how excited they are.
They're having a great time, and we know as well. Look, Vegas as well. It was a strange one. People didn't really know how to gauge it, especially with the ticket packages and things. But now people have been upgraded. They've got amazing seats. F1 experiences, which is the main ticket setter for premium experiences, which is now part of Liberty Media. They've been sending some incredible packages. You've got McLaren are doing a takeover of Dre's nightclub up at the rooftop. But have they thought about the weather? Now, in England, that's something you often think about, especially at this time, because it's rainy, it's cloudy, it's cold. Dubai, it's pretty warm, although it's windy as hell. The one day I want to do a broadcast from here, there's clouds. I think it's going to rain tomorrow, actually. But Vegas, it is freezing. It's like 4 or 5 degrees. Maybe that's being generous. It's raining. It was raining at the opening ceremony. They say there's going to be rain. Pirelli want to start everyone on soft tyres because of the cold, but what about wets? I mean, it might be a wet race.
Well, we want excitement. And what we've seen, I'll go back to Zandvoort. When the rain came in Zandvoort, hell broke loose. And it's such a spectacle. So what are you going to expect from Vegas? We get the extreme temperature differences. So it's going to be 30 degrees during the day and somewhere between 5 and 10 degrees at night. How that's going to work with the tyres and the airflow on the cars and the DRS, we just don't know. What I would say is it's not a sprint weekend, so they do have time to sort of tinker with these cars and perfect them.
They're going to need that time, because
for
it's
sure.
untested. No one knows really what's going to happen. I mean, it's a 3.85 mile track. It's 50 laps, and it's at 10 o'clock at night local time.
Which is a new thing as well.
It's mad. It's crazy.
Well, for the teams, it's not, because a lot of them will have come. Well, to be fair, they've been in South America, haven't they? But really, they're used to working crazy times, and you've got the people back at the factories as well. So I think, so they'll be getting into work at 2 a.m. UK time, but they do that for Japan. They do it for other stuff as well. So I think for the teams, it's not so crazy. But what is crazy is for the fans. They're going to be sat outside in the dark at 10 p.m. in 5 degrees. That's
freezing cold.
It is cold. I don't think there's another race that would be that cold that I can think of, because they try and follow the sun throughout the year, don't they?
Yeah, and they do pretty well. Maybe some of the European, maybe Spa. I think Spa gets pretty cold because the rain.
It
often rains.
Gets
now.
wet.
It gets wet. It gets rainy. So that's the thing with that. But yeah, definitely this is going to be the coldest race that they experience. And look, I don't know. I mean, I think it's something the drivers are going to have to deal with as well. Maybe they're going to like it but it's going to be freezing cold air rushing at them as well. So this is a whole different experience for them. I'd love to see, how they come out. You think about the season, they've been exposed to such extreme temperatures. If it's boiling sun, I mean, Qatar, they just about made that race. I mean, they were like fainting and collapsing. Are they going to be rushing? Are they going to have a hot water bottle on their laps as they're going around the race? But it is a big deal in Vegas. I mean, they've spent an absolute fortune, apparently £500 million on this race itself. I mean, it's going to look incredible on TV, certainly. I mean, I was very jealous not to be there, because it is such a spectacle. And I think to go to Vegas, as you said, you've been there. I mean, it must be incredible just to soak that in, that home of entertainment.
Well, I've had a little look at the track layout, and we've got this long DRS run down the main strip, possibly the most famous road in the world from movies, whether you're going back to Elvis movies or the Oceans.
Diamonds Are Forever.
Diamonds Are Forever, 71. We want to put the car on its side, but that's the old Vegas. We're not going to the Golden Nugget, but we're going past the Venetian and the Paris Hotel. We've got the Bellagio fountains and Caesar's Palace. Caesar's Palace has got Formula One history, because the races in 1981 and 82, when Formula One was last in Vegas, was there, but it was in a car park. It was like stuck out the back. It wasn't really, they didn't engage with it. It's like they didn't spend money on it. This is massive. And what I find really interesting, Joe, is just after the strip, when they turn left by the Harley Davidson restaurant, which I've eaten at and had the biggest burger you could possibly imagine. They've built a brand new pit complex with pit garages, and it's the biggest paddock club there's ever been. So it's going to be
colossal.
Yeah, I heard laughter in the background, Joe, and I need to time my jokes better. That's what I need to do so it works.
There's a good crowd here. They're all getting ready for F1. That pit
brilliant.
building's cost about $200 million.
Crazy.
It's huge. And you can probably see it from space. And if you look at the top of it, they've got the F1 logo built in to the roof. That's actually the roof. And that's going to be, I think, 4 turns are that building, because they need that infrastructure for the cars, the teams, the everything. You could see more races there using that paddock. I mean, MotoGP could also do this. This could be a brand new thing for Vegas, I can't wait to watch this. It's at 10 o'clock local in Las Vegas, which means it's going to be 6 a.m. UK?
6 a.m. That's correct, 6 a.m., yeah. And, qualifying is 10 p.m. UK time on Friday night. So Friday qualifying, not on a sprint race. more excitement.
More excitement, and no, it should be good. I'm leaning back
Yeah.
towards the old format. For Dubai, it's going to be 10 a.m. in the morning for the race. Very civilized time.
Yeah.
So I'll be up and watching it at one of the fan zones probably. Yeah, look, it's such a spectacle to behold. Let's look at the drivers in the season. So obviously Max has won. Sergio clinging on to second. I mean, if he messes up this, and Lewis does well with points, you don't know. I mean, Lewis could get second mathematically with the next two races if he does well and Sergio doesn't. So we'll see how that plays out. But the battle for third is going to be fierce. You've got Norris there. You've got Sainz up there. Is that right? And Alonso, he's still around.
Alonso, the comeback of all comebacks for Aston Martin last time out in Brazil with third and fifth. This is what they need because they've had no momentum. It's been falling back. Whereas we've seen Lando in the McLaren with unbelievable momentum to really push for that, third place. And as a Brit, I want to see Lando do it. For you as a McLaren fan, you want to see Lando do it. But as a Formula One fan and a James Bond fan, I want to see Alonso do it as well. So everyone's a winner, basically. Everyone.
Because the Aston Martin.
Yes. So
he has a lot to do with Bond, but no, I know what you mean. I mean, and shout out to Mikey and the team in Aston Martin. I mean, it's been a roller coaster of a season, but I think it's been a great season. They've done well and they've done badly, but like for them to come out the gates, I think next year's could be amazing for Aston Martin, and I think McLaren too. It's such a tighter grid now, and this is what we've always wanted. We love Lewis and we love for him to get his eighth, but I think we love this challenge, and now it's strange because Max has already won, and we've got these races now which are like, okay, they're getting to the end of the season and we'll watch them and we'll enjoy them. But this battle for third is going to be fantastic, so I can't wait to see that. We don't have much news from F1 apart from really Vegas is on.
There's a couple of things, Joe, that I would say track limits has been a big story of 2023, and Haas appealed the race results from Kota 3 races ago now. It's only about 4 weeks ago, but it seems like forever, because they were saying on onboard footage that Alex Albon was going off the track limits at turn 6, but they didn't have sufficient footage to be able to penalise him the 5-second gap. But Haas finished 11th and wanted that point, of course. Championship points, that's what makes money. So it's really important. I think they've got to sort this track limit stuff out a bit. It's basically the VAR of Formula One, isn't it? Yeah. And I think they need to almost have a virtual reality version running, because it just needs to, we don't have the runoff areas like we used to with gravel traps and grass and walls. Because of safety and progress, we've now got long tarmac runoffs and Tech Pro barriers, and it's really, really good, and sort of maybe more difficult curbs and that. But I think at the end of the day, the rules are, if the ball goes out over the white line, it goes to the other team. It's it's different things happen.
Well, as an Arsenal fan, I agree with that. But as what happened recently with Newcastle.
They need to get it right. And I think we're in a transition period with it, really. They need to invest in the technology. I think we need to keep it safe, but we need to keep those cars in the white lines. And if people are going over them, it means they're going too fast. That's what it means. 5-second penalty. Stop moaning about it, but let's get it right. That's the important thing from the FIA. Well, and I think we're in a transition.
Yeah, definitely, and the circuits have some part to play in that, because they've been making changes to circuits incrementally. Yas Marina has taken out parts. Spa has changed, tweaked it a little bit. Different circuits have made changes because the cars are just getting too fast. It wasn't like it was back in the day. When you see these cars racing around, they're getting faster and faster and faster every single year.
But that's what we want, We want to see progress, and that is speed.
We do.
But there's got to be control as well, and it is the drivers. At the end of the day, they're choosing how fast they go into corners, therefore coming out. But if they sort of think to themselves, well, I've got 50 laps, and if I'm literally gain a tenth of a second a lap, there's my 5-second penalty made up. So it's a game, so maybe the penalties need to be stronger. And I think if the penalties were harsher, they'd stop doing it. So, you know, I think track limits
Well,
is a combination of driver and
$1 million
FIA.
apparently. You know, as I said, so Lewis could pay for that all day long and just win.
Yeah.
Because I don't care, you know. But yeah, I don't know. It's that bugbear of the fan because we want to see the racing. We want to see elbow to elbow.
Yeah.
We want to see it good. And if they go off a little bit, okay, you know, it's part of the sport. But you know, when the FIA gets involved, and certainly my biggest bugbear when they've done the podium, they've done the photo, and then they change the order of the winners. I don't like that at all.
As we saw at America with Hamilton and Leclerc being disqualified. Looking at it from the other side, okay, so I'm going to put my team manager hat on with Team Reeves, Lucas, in the go-karting. Every time we are on track now, you know, you see, oh, that's not fair, that's not fair, that's not fair. And it's all marshaled and there's people watching and there's, you know, it's really, really good. And the scrutineering coming in, they're checking people's nose cones, they're checking for yellow flags and passing. It's so good. But we're there for 20 minutes waiting for the provisional result to change to the actual result. So it happens right the way. What we want is fairness, but we need to get the answers quicker, you know? And if it means having more people scrutineering the cars after the race, if it means having more people watching the white lines, you know,
or a bit more time.
They've got enough money to do it. But like you and Joe, you've said this. Let's delay the podium for 15 minutes.
Put Kylie on. Kylie loves a bit of F1. She performed the other day. We get Kylie and Journey, and they can perform at every race, and then that gives the stewards time to have a good old look around and stuff, you know, check the fuel. Because it's ridiculous. You know, Andy Murray, you know, oh, he wins the match, and then they're like, oh, yeah, but you got the wrong trainers on. We just noticed there's a stone in your shoe.
It is a bit
Come
like
on.
that, isn't it? But we want fairness, and it's there's so much going on, and it is so fast paced. And it's the other thing is, you know, Joe, when you go to the track as a spectator or working there, you only watch a small bit of the track. You know, when we watch TV coverage, we get to watch every corner and every pass and every replay. You know, for people to for the FIA to be able to referee a Formula One race, it's massive. But Formula One's massive now. Get some more people doing it. Get more technology. Invest more. Come on, we can get this right for definite, you know? Definite.
Well, hopefully they get it right. We're so excited to see this race now over the weekend. You've got your classic setup, which is your practice on Friday. You've got qualifying Saturday, and then the race time on Sunday, wherever you may be in your relative time zone.
Yeah.
We're so looking forward to it. Do you have any shout-outs at all this week, Darren?
So, mate, no, I don't have a shout out today, Joe. That's terrible, isn't it? I've been so busy working on other stuff that I haven't spoken about Formula One or a podcast. We've had a week off, and it seems like it's been a year already. You know, we've got used to that every week, bang, bang, bang. But what I would say is, for me, Las Vegas is so exciting. Max is right. It is 99% show, but, buddy, you're a big part of that 99%. So
it is. That's what they're there for. That's what they're doing, yeah.
That's right.
Well,
we all want to see a different winner, don't we? But at the same time, you know, Max, he's got the best package with the best driver in the best car, but there's so many unknowns with this track, and there's not any other formulas racing this weekend, so there's going to be no other things laying the rubber down. It's so unknown. I think it's going to be fascinating, and a bit of rain thrown in, Joe. Ooh.
I'd love a bit of rain. You know, I love a bit of rain, a bit of carnage, a bit of chaos. It's fun. Well, I do have one shout out myself.
Oh.
It's to my cousin Liam. And Liam is a subscriber of Racehouse. He follows us. And he's actually here with me in Dubai.
Oh.
So take the mic, Liam, and take the headphones. You can say hi to Darren. Yeah, he's new to F1, but he saw the Las Vegas opening with me.
Ah. Let's move around. Where's Liam? There he is.
Hello. How are we?
I'm
Hi,
good,
Darren, nice
Liam.
to meet
I'm
you.
good. Your background is better than Joe's, buddy, as well. So
it's brilliant.
We
lovely.
We should have put you on earlier. So buddy. So Joe is trying to introduce you to the world of Formula One. Is he? Is that his mission this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been interested in F1. I watch it from time to time. I'm more of a football fan myself, but
me too,
you know,
buddy.
Who
do you support? Who do you support?
I'm a Chelsea fan.
No, I've got a few Chelsea fan friends, and no, I'm big on my football as well. Big on my sport, really. And I went to watch Chelsea Villa a couple of years ago, and watched Lukaku score a brace, and mate. So I just love football, really. But mate, Formula One, it's the biggest show on earth. Premier League, biggest show in the UK, probably, but Formula One, mate, it's massive. So make sure you get into it. Who are you going to support this weekend?
Well, to be honest, I've always been a Lewis fan. I mean, it sounds pretty, but I like Verstappen, and I think he's been brilliant. He's had a great couple years. But yeah, no, F1 it's a real intriguing sport. It's it's
politics,
it's a good watch.
really.
It's politics. It's
You have to watch. It's all about the teams. It's all about the inter-team rivalries. It's not just watching Max Verstappen win a race, basically.
Of course, yes.
But of course, nobody remembers who came second of any race. So all we'll remember from this season is Max. So
it's like that with any sport, though, isn't it? Like a lot of people just remember the winners at the end of the day.
It's totally true. And so it's Man City. Don't talk about it. But look, you talk about Lewis. Look, I just found a little there we go. Look, a little Lewis Hamilton book from back in the day that I bought when he was a lot younger. I think my son's going to read it. I can't get it on the screen, but anyway, get the general idea. There it is. Makes my head look big when I do that. But no, he's a legend of the sport. So let's support Lewis this weekend. Hopefully his Mercedes will be a lot better than it was in Brazil, because that was the worst display I've seen from them for years. Shocking.
It was pretty poor display from him. I mean, I'll be supporting Lewis. I'm British, so I followed Lewis. I think when I first got into F1, like Lewis was sort of like the person I grew up watching. Yeah. He inspired me in terms of just I like him as a person as well. Just away from F1, I like he has other interests, which is I find quite cool.
Yeah. He's a great ambassador and has a great platform to sort of say what he wants to say about life and make the world better. These people need to do it when they have that opportunity. So what's your plan then anyway? So what's the plan for this evening? You and Joe out on the town. What's the plan?
We're just out and about. I mean, it's today in Dubai. It's actually been probably one of the worst days in terms of it's just been windy. The sun's been in and out. But I go home tomorrow. So I've been here for a couple of weeks and it's been great. Always love coming out here. I was actually trying to go to the Abu Dhabi for the F1, but I don't feel that there's much point in going now because it's pretty much a job done.
It is, other than the spectacle, but maybe Silverstone next year. Maybe that's
maybe
do that.
I haven't actually been there either, so it'd be quite cool to go there.
It's great. It's great. It's the home of Formula One, really. All these places like Abu Dhabi and Vegas and Monaco. It's all for show. Well, Monaco it's got history, but it's all show. Apparently, according to Max, it's all show.
Literally.
Well, look, brilliant. Well, listen, it's been lovely to chat to you and enjoy your last evening in Dubai before flying back. And sorry you've had to sit there and go through this, buddy. Good to talk to you.
Brilliant. I'll pass you back to Joe now.
Cheers, dude.
Thank you.
Well, there we go. A new fan in the making there.
So you did have crew, Joe, when that camera went over, and you're like, oh, no. What's the chances?
Well, I didn't want to spoil the surprise because I had a shout out. It was a live shout out. So
it was. I loved it.
It's great to have someone in the open air studio. But I feel for Ted Kravitz now when he does an outside broadcast because he's at the mercy of the elements. But I've got my shorts on like Ted. So
you've got a Ted shirt on as well, mate, by the looks of it. And just talking about shirts. So I opened a little present up the other day. Look at this, guys. Look what I've got now.
Oh, beautiful!
The Racehouse T-shirt. I've yet to wear it, but it's gonna be on. We'll get some photos with it on with the Formula One in the background. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, you need to bring my one, by the way. You need to bring my one to Abu Dhabi. Remember.
I will.
And a little spoiler alert, we are going to talk about this after Vegas, but we hope we will be broadcasting together in Abu Dhabi for the final race for the 2023 season. And what a season it's been. We can't wait for the next one. I can't believe it's all over. And we'll talk about this later, but it's been great so far. But now it's all about Vegas. We're going to enjoy Vegas. Check out the merch store, racehouse.cc. Like and subscribe us on YouTube and all the other podcast channels. And for now, it's goodbye from me, Joe Lee.
And it's goodbye from me, Darren Reeves. Take care.
Take care.